All right, I have, well, sort of naturally, you might go to site and topography to find today's exercise, which is, I suppose, project 5, was a bit, isn't it? Yeah, so what I have done is that, in fact, I put a shortcut here to it because it's not actually there. If you double click that, in theory, it takes you to that. It takes you to the manual as such, but the actual manual is sitting under DTM2. I'm using DTM2, which is the Regency Topo, as opposed to DTM1, which is another one that you've done somewhere else. All right, so we're using the Regency Topo, and there are the notes there really, and that's all you need to get this thing going. All right, so it's under the DTM2 and the BIM for surveying sort of folders there. All right, so what I'll do is just swing over here for a minute. This is a quick 5-minute or 2-minute, in fact, front cover page. And this is what we're going to end up with at the end of it, which is putting a house on, I think, RL 9150 or something. And then putting a bit of a driveway as well to it. So that's it. The instructions of how to begin this, basically start with the architectural template, and then we move down to importing the topo straight away but now the instructions have been put together very quickly, so sometimes you have to read between lines or make sure you can see every bit of text. For example, there's a bit of text here that says go to site view. All right, so it doesn't show you a picture of where that is. It expects that you know where that is. In fact, if you've got the next picture, it shows you that you're in the site view there, right? So it's a site view, and we'll bring it in. There's a little survey points there in the middle there, and then it talks about select the survey points and move to the survey point. That's not both of them, one of them, and move it to the PSM on the site, which is over here somewhere. So, and just to run through a few things of how you would sort of set up this project. We might begin with that, and I'll run through a bit of it so we can all see how it works. All right, so basically it says begin with a new template. Go to the architectural template. There it is. All right, so if we go OK now, comes in like this. Of course, it goes without saying that you want to save it and give it some sort of a meaningful name. We can now basically what you need to do is copy these files that I was talking about here onto your own drive, because you can't save in here, and it's best to have the topo in the same folder as where you're going to save your file. So I might just copy this one over for now and put it in my folder over to my documents, H drive and BIM for surveying, and I'll put it in here, and this is where I'm going to go and find it from. Okay, so obviously you copy your instructions as well. Okay, so if I save this right now, I put it in my BIM for surveying, which is where I'm going to put it. I'm going to call this one here project 05 Monday morning. You put in your name and all that sort of stuff in front of it as well, of course, as you always do, and save this one here. All right, first thing it says is to go to the site plan, and we'll import this thing here. Now, I haven't had the opportunity to go through and circle each important little button you have to doing the options and all that sort of stuff, but it's a matter of looking through each of the, make sure yours looks like this. Now, it is, yes, center to center, which is something that is not really done, but we will we'll do center to center because we're going to have to move it anyway, as you'll find out. So let's have a look. All right, so we go to import. Will be insert, sorry, and we're going to bring in a a cat link. There we go. All right, so basically we're going to hit the Revit link, and I'm going to go for CAD link. CAD link, because it is a contour. So if we go to here, make sure I'm in the right folder. Yes, here's the Regency Topo. So we'll bring it in. All right, so what we're going to do is just make sure that everything lines up with what's said here. And one thing that I can see already is that I've got to tell it that this drawing is in meters, because it didn't seem to automatically recognize it. Okay, so we've got that. What else have we got? Basically, that's it. We can just bring that in now and go okay. The other thing I ticked off is this one here, correct lines that are slightly off axis. We don't want any corrections. We want it as is. All right. So we'll go open. All right. Let's see what it does. Hopefully it'll work like it worked in the past. All right. So there it is, and it does look like the picture in the manual here. All right. So it's good. All right, so the next thing it says is to pick up the survey point, not the project base point, but the survey point, and move it to the PSM. So we know how to do that because we've done it before with the filter command. So basically, all we've got to do is highlight all this, and it picks up a whole lot of stuff. I picked up two things in this instance, which is good. We go to the filter down the bottom here. I hope you can see that okay there. Or the filter also appears up here. The difference is that this one up here doesn't actually tell you how many things you've picked up, whereas down here gives you the number next to it. But if you go in here, it will still tell you how many things you picked up down the bottom here. So we've got to just take off the survey point and go OK. All right, so once we do that, we've only got one thing selected. It tells us down the bottom here. And it says that the next thing we've got to do is move it to the survey point. So just moving over to page 4. It's just using the simple move command, all right? But you have to take off this little clip, which it doesn't actually tell you. But if you have a look at the picture very carefully, you have to put a little cross with the clip. So in other words, it's not clipped. At the moment it's clipped, so it can't be moved. If we put a little click on it, it puts a little cross through, which means the clip is not working anymore. It's not valid. So it's just a matter of hitting the move command now, and just zooming in, making sure you pick it up. Well, no, you can't really see it, but from the point, when it says point, you can pick it up from there, and we'll just move it straight down to the PSM down here, primary survey mark. And if you zoom in far enough, you see that we have, a point where you can go to the end point of it, and therefore it will just sit there. I'll just take off the clip now, which means it'll pin it there, and it won't move anymore. All right. All right. So basically, now I removed it there. We have locked on page 5. It says lock the survey point, using the clip, and pin the CAD link so that they are not moved accidentally. All right, so if we just click here, basically we have already locked the survey point. Now we're going to lock the actual contours so that they don't move accidentally. But have we done, just thinking, have we put in the right information first? Because I think we need to do that first. We might have skipped something. Hang on a minute. Sorry, hang on a minute. No, we've missed something on page 4. You will notice that after you input the numbers, so we've got to input the numbers first, sorry. We got thrown a bit with the delegation we're walking in. Just leave it, don't lock it yet because we need to move it. So basically, working down here, if I click on this one now, just on that, and then, click on that, then I click on the, oops, not there. So I'm going to take the clip off, sorry. Before we take the clip, you have to take that clip off again, unlock it, because we can't enter any numbers in here on the properties, or even directly in there, until we take that, make sure that clip hasn't got that little Well, it has got the little line through it, otherwise it won't work. So we've got to enter the numbers. Basically, the numbers we're entering are the PSM numbers you see there, except be careful because they're in different order in here. That's the easting, 3610, and that's the northing, the 15720, but they've got them the wrong way around here, so you've got to be careful, I think. So that should be 3610. Don't tell me how this works. 0.3. Don't ask me how this works, because somehow we input in meters, but it works it out in millimeters, so I don't know. It works. It's magical. 15720.943. And the elevation, don't forget the elevation. The elevation is 8.524. 8.25, oops, 8.524. Hey, I've lost it, haven't I? Hey? No, well, the east. What am I doing? Sorry, I've done it the wrong way around, haven't I? Yeah. Sorry, I am swapping them. Yeah, I shouldn't be. Easting is the. Yeah, I'm copying the wrong way around. Sorry. It should be 15. Is the? Sorry, the easting is right. Yeah, that's how I had it. Yeah, that's correct. Hold on, that's the northing of there. So yeah, I just told you to be careful when I stuffed it up. Yes, 15.720.943. Thanks for that, guys. So let's go with that one. There should be 36. It's just annoying. It's the other way around. Even an expert like myself, as you can see, can get into trouble. All right. Thanks, Frank. All right, so that's all right. It does round it, but that's fine. It's actually correct. It's only because our units are set like that. But if you put it in right and you reset your units, it should be right. All right. So anyway, as you can see, that was a a bit of a waste of time moving it down. So really, we shouldn't have done that, because it didn't really do anything. Because what it did, it actually moved the and let's sorry, we did apply that. It moved this thing here up there, so that's where it should be. So the next, now we need to move. So really, what we need to do, we should have put the numbers in first, because that's where really that coordinate is, and move this thing up to it, the PSM up to it. That's proper procedure. Right? So that was a bit of a waste of time, really. All right. So, but we're learning. So let's move. So next time we won't be doing it that way, right? So let's go move this now. What was the reason? Why did I do that? Because that's what I actually naturally thought I should do initially. So I thought I'll just leave it in there. So let's move from here now. I highlighted the actual link. It's not pinned yet. Okay, so I can actually move it from the PSM there to the point. That's the way we should have done it. And the point is here, the survey point. Should I get the right one? Don't get the project point. All right, there it is. So that's what it looks like. And now, now I can clip this survey point. If I escape and click on here, I can now pin this, and I can also zoom out and pin this, which is the actual link, so it doesn't move. To do that, I just I highlight it and I go here under the modify. There's a little pin above this little X. So if I click that, it puts a little pin there, just there. You can see the pin. If I click it again, there's a pin there. All right, so now that's pinned. They both can't move. The only one that can move still is this project mark. So we can move that in a minute, and I'll pause that in a second and come around and have a look. Now, looking at the bottom of page 4, move the project base point, or let's just call it TBM, temporary benchmark, to a location near your building site. Normally a nail or a bolt on a stobby pole. I have used a station for this example, as we had nothing else, no other feature I could find on this survey mark. So my house is going to go around here somewhere, so I'm going to move the project mark, I suppose, to be nearby there, which is the next feature I can see. All right, so I'm going to click this here. I'll take off this little clip so it can be moved, and I'm going to move it again from here to Zoom in here. Oh, where does it go? What a mess, eh? Somewhere in there. You can take the thick lines off by using this button up here. And then, of course, what it does, it drops us out of the thing, so I have to go back and get it again. Hold on, hang on a minute. See, that's off. All right, move from here to, let's see if that helps. Zoom right in, so a lot of lines here. Let's move it to there. All right, and so basically we move it to there. It should really, in theory, acquire those coordinates. I'm not sure why they look different. Are they different? 5, 6. So it's a bit out. I'm not sure why that's a bit out. I don't get that. Sorry? The coordinates up here are different. Yours? Yeah, that's interesting. We can acquire coordinates by going to manage. We'll get that bit later on, but sorry. Specify. Where are they? Yeah, up here. Specify coordinate point. So if we go to, I don't know, can't get to the point. That's 387656, whatever. That's what it is. That's what it says it is. I'm not sure why the station says that. I have to go back to the AutoCAD one and find out. We just won't worry about that at this point because I'm not sure why it's doing that. Yeah, anyhow. We'll just continue on and regardless.